All right, hello everyone. Welcome to BayernNow, the ultimate Bayern Munich fan channel. I'm joined by my guy, Tactical Manager TV, man. Welcome to the channel. So we were speaking, and you told me Dortmund would win the Bundesliga. First of all, let the viewers know about yourself.
Okay, so first, thank you for having me here today, rocking the Bayern Munich jersey for you guys. The channel deserves it, and the team deserves it, because what I'm about to say is I'm going to introduce myself, and I'll tell you. So I'm from Filippo from Tactical Manager TV. I work with Orlando City, the MLS team, the youth teams.
Right.
I've been involved with football, soccer for the American viewers, depending on who's watching.
Don't say soccer; they'll kill you.
I'll say football. I'll keep it at football. Yeah. And I have a channel on YouTube too, Tactical Manager TV. I believe he shared one of our prediction videos. Some of you liked it, and you guys can go check it out. Yeah. But anyhow, in my video, despite saying that Bayern Munich has the best team in the world right now and the best one in the Bundesliga in the world, I think Borussia Dortmund will win the Bundesliga this season. I truly believe
it. The confidence. You're giving me these confident auras when you say that. Well, I just want to know, because I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, that's stupid, because I actually have a few reasons that people have told me that could affect what you're saying. Pretty much, Bayern don't have as much depth anymore. We lost some players. So why do you think Bayern would perform less than they did last season?
So what I think is going to happen with Bayern is Bayern right now, just like they were last season for most of the season in peak form. And after the whole situation that canceled and came back, Bayern was just destroying everyone. So and they picked up from there, and they're still in peak form right now. But I don't think that's going to go for the entire season. I think Bayern will slow down. Like you said, they have less depth than last season. They lost Alcantara, which was a key piece. They haven't replaced him yet. Mm-hmm. They lost Perisic, but they replaced him with Sane, which I didn't think that's an upgrade. But you don't have a right back.
Sane and Perisic was an upgrade?
No, Sane was an upgrade.
Oh, okay. I was about to start crying over here for a second.
No. I'm not crazy. Sane was an upgrade. But Thiago Alcantara is yet to be replaced. There's not as much depth. And I think what's going to happen is when winter comes and it gets colder and it gets a little harder to play, I think Bayern will still be the best team, but they'll slow down a little bit. While Dortmund is just hungry right now, and they have the perfect mix of young guys and veterans. They have veterans in the team. But for what I'm saying to happen, I need a couple of things to go Dortmund's way, which one is Bayern slowing down, if that's ever possible.
If they're sitting on the bench, pissed off, we didn't score 4 more goals against Schalke. So
exactly,
he's not going to want us to slow down anytime soon. Well,
I need Dortmund.
Well, there's a winter break. So, I mean, let's say in December, right? Mm-hmm. Or just say November, we slow down, we lose a game or draw maybe 2 games in a row. And then we have the winter break that comes in, and then it's like 4 weeks. We don't play. Dortmund as well don't play. That form that Bayern could have or Dortmund could have could pretty much change. That's what happened in 2018-19. 2018-19. Dortmund were flying. We weren't. And then we came back halftime. Dortmund pretty much bottled 9 points. That's how we won the league that year. But it was pretty much a similar thing to what you were saying, except it happened for Bayern, where Dortmund lost form.
Except for Dortmund's team is much better now. This is the best Dortmund team since the one that made the Champions League final versus Bayern.
Hey, that's a bold statement.
It's the best team since that one. That one was better. But if you go right now, Lewandowski is the best center forward in the Bundesliga, perhaps in the world right now. Mm-hmm. And the second one in the Bundesliga is Haaland. If you look by position, Dortmund is the second in the league in everything, just behind Bayern. And the Bundesliga has 34 games. So what happens? Dortmund can lose to Bayern Munich. But if Bayern Munich lets a few games slip, which I think it will happen in the Bundesliga from time to time, I think Dortmund has, and something people are not talking about, Bayern's win 8-0 against Schalke was amazing. Mm-hmm. But we're used to that at this point. You scored 8 goals in Barcelona. Why can't you score 8 at Schalke, right?
Exactly.
But Dortmund beat Borussia Mönchengladbach, and I probably said their name wrong. I always said their name wrong. 3-0, and that's a top team in the league.
That's true. Well, Gladbach did play well, but I see what you mean. Dortmund will definitely be better, and we're in for a title race. The thing is with Bayern is, whenever people think, okay, they should start slowing down, we just speed up even more. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure how, like I said, the depth thing. it concerns me because I know for a fact we get a lot of injuries. We're a hospital, man. We might as well just start appointing some COVID patients because we are a giant hospital sometimes. In the middle of the season, we could just get an injury to an important player. And then I feel like, well, to be fair, we're still a team though. But the real issue for me are the wingers. If our winger gets injured, Coman's our winger now, and then we go back to saying, oh, he can't cross, all these things. And then if Gnabry picks up his occasional knock, he's always getting a knock for like a week and then he's back. If he gets that, then who's our winger? We don't have anyone else. Perisic and Coutinho were amazing because they could just cover all these positions, and they did it last season so well while Coman and Gnabry started. So I agree with you that our depth could be a problem. I actually think, of course, we're flying right now, and we'll probably fly in the Champions League.
We'll fly all season.
Yeah, I feel like we'll fly in the Champions League too. Like we'll get some really good results. I don't feel like if we don't add any more players, we'll win it. I feel like we won't win it just because if we don't.
Now, I have a question for you in regards to that. So essentially, I see Bayern a lot with a couple issues that Liverpool had last season, because Liverpool's still amazing and so is Bayern. But what happened to Liverpool last season? They had no playmaker in the midfield, and people figured that out eventually, that their outlet was the wingers, just like Bayern right now. And then that's how Liverpool slowed down, and they really did slow down.
Well, actually, no. I would absolutely disagree with that. Our goals come from the middle. Like, they don't come from out wide. We have the wingers that produce goals, but even now, Lewandowski's getting less goals and getting even more assists. So, and Kimmich produced more assists and created more chances than Thiago. Like, Thiago did the whole thing of resisting pressure,
distributing the game.
Right. Kimmich did that too, but Kimmich is a little bit more creative. I think Kimmich is more complete, but Thiago is a better footballer. You know what I mean?
I think Kimmich is a very German player. That's what I call him.
Literally what
German. He's very German the way he plays. But I think Kimmich relies on having those super wingers that Bayern has now. Sané and Gnabry are maybe one of the best duos in the world right now, along with Mane and Salah.
Right.
The thing is, he relies on that, while Thiago Alcantara is more of like the guy that distributes, open spaces, creative. And you guys had Coutinho off the bench too, which was another creative midfielder. Now you have Miller. He's a fantastic and most underrated player ever, but he's not a creative. That's not his thing. I know you have Lewandowski that can do everything Firmino does, plus score goals. I think that you guys lost a lot in creativity when you let Alcantara and Coutinho both go.
I get what you mean. You're talking about saucy creativity, like open up a defense with one pass. I think Kimmich can do that. I don't think you should watch his passing. It's incredible.
If the right back gets injured, who plays there?
Who?
Who plays as a right back if the starter right back gets injured?
Well, exactly. That's why we need to
put Kimmich there. So then you lose that. So
right. That you're right. If Kimmich goes to the right back position, we lose a lot of creativity. I agree with you, but I don't think. Even in midfield, I think Kimmich creates more chances. I mean, I don't know what stat, but Kimmich created more chances than Thiago. He has more assists.
More key passes, they were saying, yeah.
Yeah, you see the pass against PSG. That's what Kimmich's about. He has that pass. Yeah, he's German, like efficient, but he's actually really technical as well. I call him the German Xavi for a reason, because
German Xavi.
Yeah.
The thing I see is and the thing is that's something I try to make it clear in my channel. In no way, shape, or form I was saying Dortmund was better than Bayern. I don't believe that. Like, if they play 10 times, Bayern will probably win 7 or 8 games. Dortmund will pull out 2. But I think in the Bundesliga, that's like, let's say they face each other in the Champions League. That's 2 games playoffs.
Right.
I would bet on Bayern.
Of course.
But in the Bundesliga, you play 17. It's 18 teams. They play 17 other teams.
Right. 34 games in total.
34 games. So let's say Bayern goes through a bad phase and slips, and that's what I think is going to happen because of the depth problem. But the thing is, the transfer window has 2 weeks. They were going to sign Dest, but apparently that fell through. Bayern is looking for someone.
The whole Dest thing, just an update for everyone else that's watching. Apparently, I don't know, someone's lying. Someone needs to go to jail for lying. It's like the Barcelona media. They're pretty much getting all their news from Barcelona Bartomeu, trying to pretty much paint the picture that there's no chance for Bayern with Dest. And then, apparently the Dutch sources are saying, well, no one agreed to deal with Dest. And Dest wants to go to Bayern as well as Barcelona. So it's up to the clubs to pay the money. So I really want Dest. And I think he could add something different to our defense. that even Davies doesn't have. Just the ability to have, just dribble. I think his first touch is crazy.
Davis reminds me, we're getting a little off topic now, but Davis reminds me of Gareth Bale when he started his career as a left back.
Except the opposite, where Bale started as a left back and Davies started as left winger.
No. Yeah. But what I meant is the way he plays as a left back reminds me of Bale when he was a left back.
Right.
Just when he goes up top, it's a major threat.
Right.
But that's why the reason I think Dortmund is going to win the Bundesliga this season, because there's other teams involved, so you got to play other teams. I think Bayern will slow down. Mm-hmm. Bayern is still one of the favorites to win the Champions League.
Right.
But they'll slow down the Bundesliga, and I think Dortmund is hungry for that. It's the only title they can win. That or the German Cup that they don't care about. They're not going to win the Champions League. And see it this way. This is probably the last season of Haaland and Jadon Sancho at Dortmund. They're probably going elsewhere next season.
Oh, well, maybe not Haaland, because his contract kicks in 2022, so his release clause thing. So
Haaland will probably leave when Lewandowski retires. Bayern will just come there and take Haaland away.
Hey, you're starting to offend me a little bit. I wouldn't take it. I'll take Haaland. I'd take him. Yeah, I agree. You're talking about Dortmund, but I think Leipzig are a more cohesive team than Dortmund are. Their coach.
Yeah, but they try to play now. Let's see Leipzig now at the Bundesliga without Timo Werner. That was their goal machine at the Bundesliga.
Well, they bought 2 new strikers with the Werner money.
But they have to fit. We'll see if they fit. Dortmund's the same team.
Right. They just bought Sorloth, and they also just bought Hyun Chen-wan.
Hawaii something. The guy from Salzburg.
Right. So they could be a huge. I think they're closer to the title than people actually think.
I placed them in 3rd.
Right. I mean, look at what they did to Atletico. They just played their hearts out, and we didn't beat Leipzig last season, not once. They're like that team that you just get all confident before the game, and then you actually start playing them, and then you're like, well, they just drink Red Bull, so they have a lot of energy today, and that's how they are.
They have wings; they fly around the field.
Right. So maybe it's Leipzig. I think if there's a team that could take that title, it's more likely to be Leipzig than Bayern.
Just one thing, Red Bull. If you heard this, sponsor the channel.
Sponsor the channel. Yeah. So
Red Bull BayernNow.
Right. But Red Bull now.
Red Bull.
All right. I agree with what you're saying, though. I agree with what you're saying, and I get your logic. Bayern could slow down, and the depth thing could be a huge thing because we're playing like 3 games a week now. We're pretty much, next month and onwards, pretty much a game. Then you have the Champions League, and these are important games. So.
And Bayern goes for every single title, so they're going to play a lot of games in the German. They're going to play a lot of games in the Champions League, so that can become an issue.
Right. You're saying that Dortmund won't really think they can win the Champions League, so
they might put their subs on the German Cup. They can lose early. The Champions League, Dortmund should know better. They know they're not going to win the Champions League.
Well, yeah, I agree.
So they should focus on the Bundesliga because the Bundesliga is possible. It's
right.
possible.
Well, you're right. I mean, it's not like Bayern go up, pull up to every game, win 8-0 we lost to Frankfurt 5-1.
PSG is a tough game.
Right, PSG is a tough game. Yeah, you're right. So I get what you're saying. I get it, but what I'm just concerned about with that is pretty much Dortmund. Dortmund don't have a good mentality. They don't have the leaders in their team. I said it and I put it on Twitter, and people absolutely hate me for it now. But Marco Reus never really got the material. I don't think Reus just motivates his team. I don't think he just had, Oliver Kahn would come out and try to fight his own teammate if he was losing. Franz Beckenbauer.
But throughout all these years that I watch football, since we can't say soccer here, one thing I noticed is young teams, and Dortmund's a young team. They have a lot of young. Gio Reyna can be outstanding. He does. Haaland, Jadon Sancho, even Thorgan Hazard is kind of young. There's a lot of young guys in the team.
Young, dumb, and rich.
Yeah, well, the young guys, it can go either way. If they're doing well, the team's gonna go explode. If they're doing bad, Dortmund could even finish in 5th or 6th,
or even in the relegation zone, which I would love. But these young players could just have an incredible energy and go win like 30 games. I always thought whenever I watched Dortmund and games they lost, I was like, they should have won that. If they scored this, and just did it. It's always them doing their own errors.
But did you watch against Mönchengladbach?
Yeah, no, I watched the.
I did watch the game. They were very well structured. They played well. They dominated a team that, like I said, this is a top 5 team in the league. Borussia Mönchengladbach.
Right. They're in the Champions League now. So.
Yeah, it's a 3-0 win against them, and I can't say it's more impressive than an 8-0 on shot.
They always beat Gladbach, so you could say that. I get what you're saying. I like your points. It's just like I don't really have a counter. It's just an opinion. It's not like you're saying.
It is. Yeah, we're gonna know in a couple months next year.
Yeah. At the same time, you're saying Bayern are good, so it's really down to luck. It's really down to who's right. But I think I see what you're talking about. I mean, maybe Bayern could decide. You know what? Let's just focus on the Champions League, and then maybe we're 5 points down.
I believe your entire channel believes that it'll be Bayern.
Well, of course they will. I want to win it. I want us to win every single trophy every single year. You're a United fan.
Do you ever, before we finish this one, since we finished this, I made my point. Do you guys ever talk about the Premier League too?
I have an agenda against Chelsea fans. Bro, they pop up on my channel every day just to, sauce me up. They keep trying to get to me, but I won't let them get to me. United fans are on my channel on occasions. It's pretty much dependent on what kind
United fan.
Right. I mean, you don't need to be proud about that right now.
No, I like making fun of myself. So that's what I was trying to do there. And the thing is, I make fun a lot of Manchester City. Manchester City has around 4 fans total.
Exactly. Exactly.
One of them is at my channel. One of them.
If I knew City fans, I would be. Oh, you lost to Lyon, but I don't know any, so I can't do that.
You can't make fun of them. It's very hard. I know one, so it wasn't even fun to make fun of them.
Making fun of a wall, a blue wall.
Sometimes I just draw like De Bruyne, put a picture on my wall just to make fun of him because there's no one else to make fun of.
There's no one else, bro. There's no one else. Well, I think we're pretty much running out of time, but I agree with what you said. Pretty much saying Bayern could slow down. I agree we could, but the question is, will we? I mean, we have youngsters coming through. Everyone likes to think we're this old team and Dortmund is just this team full of young bucks. It's not really the case. If you look at Bayern's team, only Alaba, Neuer, Lewandowski. No,
Alba's young.
Yeah, Alba's young, 28. So only Neuer, Lewandowski, and Müller are over the age of 30.
Oh, Lewandowski's 31, right? 32?
32.
Not that old.
31. Neuer's 34, but for a goalkeeper, 34.
Boateng's old.
Boateng, but we don't think he's going to be a starter.
No.
But then
the team is young. Sané's young. Davis is young. Gnabry's young. Miller's a little old, but then Kimmich is young. It's a young team. I know that. Yeah.
Thomas Müller is just an engine. He has a German engineered thrust. I think he's just going to keep going. So
I don't think they're going to slow down because of age. I just think they're going to slow down because right now what they're doing is unbelievable, and they can't go higher than what they are right now. Like, you can't be more than 8-0. So they're at their ceiling. So I think they have to come down a little bit to earth eventually and just be an outstanding team instead of this team that rolls over 8 goals in Barcelona.
But the thing is, Hansi Flick he just says, "Oh, I'm not satisfied. We need to be better. We need to be better." Could he be the one to keep Bayern? Because I know what you mean. Liverpool had it.
Liverpool had it last season. They still won the Premier League, though. They still won the Premier League because Man City was.
Liverpool were flying, and when they lost to Atletico, I was like, "How did you lose?" Because you had everything. There could be a game where in a Champions.
Well, I watched the Premier League a lot, so I know why they lost. People figured out how to play Liverpool, and we can cover that in another video.
If they're not crossing, they're hoping for something.
The fullbacks from Liverpool don't play defense, and the midfield. Well, now they have Alcantara, but the midfield was not creative, so it was easy to stop them. And then you have Mo Salah and Mane just cutting in, and Firmino can't score goals.
Right. So Man City just absolutely opened them up. My goodness, why couldn't Pep do that against Lyon? But I agree with you. Liverpool. I always said Liverpool.
He didn't want to face Bayern.
Yeah, even with Thiago, I'd still say Liverpool. They'll control games better, but I still feel like they need a winger that just does like a Neymar. I don't know if you're
talking about Mbappe next season.
Oh, damn, Mbappe. Well, They went from being broke to getting Kylian Mbappe.
It's Klopp, man. Klopp is crazy. He lies a lot. He knows what he's doing. Klopp
Hey, you talk about Klopp. He has a third season syndrome where he had two really good seasons. He took Dortmund back to back in the Bundesliga, won the cup, and then he didn't win anything. And then he slowed down, and then a year after, they were in the relegation zone.
Well, I have this theory, like when I talk about U.S. men's national team, that the U.S. will be not going to win, but going to be a top contender in the 2026 World Cup. One of the things I say
anything at the World Cup, we're just going to show up and get kicked out. The U.S. We're not doing anything. What are we doing at the World Cup?
And the thing is, I think Klopp will take over the U.S. national team in 2022 after the World Cup.
We should just end it here. Well, thank you to everyone that was watching today. Klopp's not managing the U.S. anytime soon. No.
What about Klinsmann? Remember Klinsmann?
No, but he was crap. Jurgen Klinsmann. Well,
he was the German national team coach, and he had a big reputation.
He did all right, but
before the U.S. he did all right.
Yeah, the U.S. is always a big country to manage,
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's just an MLS team, it's always huge to manage.
So it gets confusing. They call it soccer, so everyone gets confused.
Right. Okay, well, thank you to everyone that's watching this. Mia San Mia in peace. You're a United fan. How are you feeling? Just a quick thing, because I'm one of the neutrals that just thinks Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is the worst coach in the Premier. I think he's crap. What are your thoughts on it, man?
My thoughts on Manchester United, and I'm usually as rational as possible, even when I love the team. Like I'm a Manchester United fan, a Palmeiras fan, because I'm Brazilian American.
Oh, Brazilian.
And is this recording right now?
Yeah, we're still going.
Okay, still going. Okay, so the thing I think about Solskjaer is I can't really judge him because the team's not good.
Hey, no, you have some really good players. Bruno, you have Paul Ladil Pogba.
Okay, let me go through the team with you real quick to start on. De Gea, way past his prime, not doing well, failing a lot. Aaron Wan-Bissaka on the right side, can't attack for his life. Harry Maguire, overly expensive, slow, and fails a lot.
He's a bag of cement.
Lindelof, bad too, slow, fails a lot, just failed against Crystal Palace. Luke Shaw, injured every 3 games, injured and out of shape.
Right.
Now let's go to the midfield. I have Matic or McTominay.
Matic, better.
Yeah, but they're they're not. And then you go Pogba. Fantastic player. Bruno Fernandes, attacking midfielder, fantastic player. Then you have the 2 wingers, which one is Marcus Rashford, which is a good player, but he's soft. He's soft. He doesn't fight for ball.
Yeah, he's crap.
Yeah, he's soft. He has skills. You can see he's talented, but he's soft.
No football.
On the right side, it's either Mason Greenwood, which is very young, but might have talent. We'll see how he does. There's not much to say about him yet. Or Daniel James or Jesse Lingard. Are you kidding me? They're terrible.
Okay.
And then you go up top, you have Martial, which is playing a little out of his position. I don't think he's a good center forward. And then you have no one else.
Right. So Bruno, you forgot Bruno. All right.
I said Bruno is attacking midfielder.
The thing is, each player has, you're saying Wan-Bissaka. I'm going to go through everything you said. De Gea, well, just play a different goalkeeper. Sergio Romero, whenever I saw him in the Cups.
Dean Henderson.
Right, and Henderson now. He made a great save yesterday. So I'd play him if I was the coach.
Me too.
I would drop De Gea completely because he's utter crap. He can't play out of the back. He can't command his box. He's not a modern keeper. He's just a shot. Even the shots he stops, he makes them look as impossible as possible, somehow. Wan-Bissaka is a good right back.
Defender.
He's a good defender. You're right. So what would I put him a right back, and you have to be a coach. You have to tell him, hug the touchline. Every time United play out of the back, I don't understand what Wan-Bissaka is doing, because whenever Matic or McTominay is dropping in, or even Pogba to make the back 3, the fullbacks are just standing there. They have to pretty much support and provide the width. That's what you need. You have to force the issue, force them to be higher up the pitch. And then you do the same thing with the fat man, the potato man, the McDonald's man, Luke Shaw on the other side. He has to provide the width. And then Rashford and Greenwood will come inside. And then when that solves the whole problem of not having attacking fullbacks, because all of a sudden they're forced to attack. And then the most important thing there is then tell Pogba, I don't know, why does he build up with a back 3, but then the midfield lines of Bruno. There's no cohesion in the half spaces. There's just none. So I always thought just the movement in between the lines. It's either just it's freestyle. That's what I think it is. He just tells them go out there and smile and have fun.
But we don't have wingers either.
Well, you don't need wingers for Rashford. Your wingers are pretty much tucking inside. If Sancho comes in, he's coming in for Rashford on that left-hand side. Greenwood's better than Rashford, so you'd have to Greenwood, right?
But the thing is, Jadon Sancho plays as a right wing, so I think he will be placed on the right wing, and they're not going to bench Rashford because for some freaking reason, Manchester United fans just think Rashford is the greatest player in history.
Ronaldinho.
Yeah, he's not. He's soft. He can't head the ball. The thing is, I don't think Manchester United will really improve with Solskjaer, but I don't think putting another coach, even if it's Pepe.
Put me in there. Get me in the job, man. I would coach these boys to play some.
If you give me season tickets, I would try to get you there.
I would get me some total football. Van de Beek's there. Look how Van de Beek plays. Just look what he did for the 2 minutes that he's been playing for United. His movement is quicker. It's like United coach players.
Well, I talked to this in another channel, a Red Devil something studio. It's just a Manchester United channel, right. And he asked me how would I play the Manchester United team. And what I told him I would do is essentially I would change the midfield. I would put Pogba a little back to bring the ball up.
No, Pogba's crap in the deep line. He's one of my favorite players, but he's crap.
But I would bring him back to bring the ball and put him with Donny van de Beek there at the center mid and leave Bruno. That's what I would do there.
Bro, defense, just vibes. No, bro, the amount of goals you can see, because Pogba's not really he's not a CDM like that. He needed Blaise Matuidi and N'Golo Kante for the French national team to really do his thing.
He played like that in Juventus.
Right, he did the same thing in Juventus.
He was more of a CDM a little bit in Juventus. He would come from behind and shoot because Juve had Vidal playing as an attacking midfielder for some reason, and they had Pirlo in the midfield that didn't play defense. So essentially, it was Pogba with Marquisio playing defense and bringing the ball up.
No, who was the other guy? Because Pogba was a Mazzala at Juventus, so his job was
Juventus midfield was Pogba, Marquisio, Pirlo, and Vidal.
I mean, that's great cover right there because you have an intelligent player in Pirlo. Was Pirlo? Yeah, Pirlo was there. You had an intelligent player who could actually read the game to a new level. And then you had, I think, the other dude, very defensive. And then you had Vidal, another defensive player.
Vidal played almost as a striker there. He was always
pressing number 10. But he's pretty much like a box-to-box. Lorenzo plays that for Germany sometimes, where he's playing like a box-to-box, but he's doing a lot defensively, covering. So Pogba would just be on that side with all the freedom to move anywhere.
Let me ask you a question about Manchester United. I just said that Martial plays out of position, which is true.
Right.
Why doesn't Solskjaer try putting Bruno as a false nine?
Well, that's because Bruno Fernandes can't keep the ball. He's not a possession. I saw it at Porto. I knew who he was before the United fans started watching highlights. But at Porto, he's not known for keeping the ball. That's why Man City, Pep wanted him, but didn't want to get him because he doesn't keep the ball. I think Bayern, I don't know if you looked at him, but he doesn't keep the ball. He wants to make that beautiful pass every time he gets the ball. He plays like there's 5 minutes left on the clock, man. So
that's true.
Yeah, that's pretty much why I don't think he'd play number 10, because he wouldn't be able to hold the ball.
No, but that's what I was saying. Why can't he play a false nine and put Martial out of the position?
He's more than 8, man. Go watch him for Portugal. That's what he should be playing. That number 8 in a midfield 3 with a defensive midfielder next to Pogba. That's where it worked, but not in the number 10. I don't think he's a 10. Donny van de Beek's the number 10. You can play Bruno in Pogba's position. All right, well, that was fun. All right, I'm sure people are going to enjoy that extra, and we're out.